Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава нації! Україна! 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 Welcome to our peaceful rally in support of Ukraine. We would like to start it as usual with our national anthem. Ще не вмерла України ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануємо ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу. Що ми браття козацького роду. Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава нації! Україна! 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 Нашим славним захисникам і захисницям тричі! Слава! Слава! Слава!
Apologize for the slight delay, guys. I'm a little bit out of breath. You know, been running here. I came right on time for the end of the anthem. Whew. Sometimes these things happen, my friends, that we have unforeseen circumstances sometimes coming by in our lives, like I've had today. However, whether we have
Take your rucksack off and you will
unforeseen-
feel much better.
No, actually I feel great, but thanks. I am more presentable without the bag, that's true. Thank you very much. My friends, we all have sometimes unforeseen circumstances that come by. But we have to keep moving forward, because this message is a message that needs to be sent. And it doesn't matter if we are late to the rally or if we can only come at the very end. We need to show up here because this is our part to play. This is our power to speak to the world and to tell everybody what's going on in Ukraine. And that the only way we have of stopping this war is to stop the Russian terrorist regime. Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war!
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war!
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state!
Much better now. Maybe I should have started with the shouting, with the different slogans, with the different logos here. But my friends, I digress. It's unbelievably important that every single one of us is here. And for all the people who will see us when passing by, for all the people who drive by, for all the people who will see us on the other side of the screen, we have the same message. Our opposition does not want to face us head on. Our opposition does not have any arguments to give. That is why all they can do is pass by, shout something, and then run away. That has happened in the past, my friends. It's happening now. It will happen in the future. I mean, not now at this very moment, right, Tommy? There we go. That's a fine gentleman here. Who? I can't hear you, my friend. You have to come closer. Well, what did he actually say? Did anybody hear? You see, this is the issue. Sometimes we're not sure if people are shouting in support or in opposition. But I'm sure if it were in support, the person would have stopped and would have said it, straight on. Now, this is the thing, my friends. We can't find reason where it doesn't exist. We can't prove something to someone who refuses to understand when they are mistaken, when they are wrong. It's as the saying goes, it is difficult to find a black cat in a dark room, especially when he's not there. And this is why it's difficult to find reason among the Russophiles, among the shills, and these apologists, these pro-Putin fools, these peaceniks, supposed peaceniks that is. Because they don't want peace, they don't want fair peace and long-lasting peace, no. They want a temporary ceasefire for Russia to be able to rearm, regroup, and move back again. Back into the offensive they go. And that's exactly what would have happened if the war stopped today, without any actual changes in the Russian command and control structure. The Russian terrorist regime needs to completely give up all of their pretenses over Ukraine. That is the bare minimum for us to end this war for good. Without that, no ceasefire will ever reach Eastern Europe, because Russia refuses it to reach the people of this area. But my friends, let's not forget that this war involves a lot more than just the Eastern European area. This war involves a lot more than just Ukraine and Russia. That's right. This is a war between the free world and the authoritarian world. Ukraine and the West against Russia, Iran, North Korea, and the many other authoritarian regimes who support them. We will not be naming all of them, mainly because some of them do not clearly and openly support Russia. But we all know what exactly is going on. We all know that countries who supposedly want peace, but only defend the Russian conditions of peace, the conditions proposed and imposed by the criminals. Well, if that is what you're going for, then I'm sure, my friends, everybody can see loud and clear. Everybody can see it very clearly that their allegiance has been proven many times over. That, my friends, is something we cannot forget. And let's also not forget about how wars are won. Defensive wars like that Ukraine is fighting right now. The West needs to unite under the unequivocal objective of making Ukraine win, of helping Ukraine not only survive, but win and thrive for the future. And the West needs to stop seeing Russia as this entity that needs to be left alone, as this entity that needs to be allowed to do as they please. Russia cannot be allowed to do as they please anymore. It has been tried in the past, it has failed. NATO, my friends, is a voluntary organization. Not a single country has been forced to join NATO, and yet every single country that is part of any military alliance with Russia has been forced to do so. That, my friends, is reality. Russia fancies itself the heir of the Soviet Union. The new Soviet Union, in fact. As Putin himself has said, that the collapse of the Soviet Union has been the greatest catastrophe of the 20th century. Imagine that for a second. Imagine the current German Chancellor saying that the collapse of Nazi Germany was a disaster, he would immediately lose power. He would be extradited. And for a good cause, because nobody in their right mind should be saying such atrocities. And yet, for the Russian terrorist regime, we make an exception for some reason. Well, the reason, my friends, is obvious, really. Nazi Germany lost World War II. Nazi Germany was forced to change, and it has changed. The German people nowadays are no longer the same as they were before. And the Russian people too must be forced to change. Because for a very long time, they've been supporting authoritarian and genocidal regimes. Putin did not magically materialize in power. He did not just teletransport himself into the Kremlin. No, my friends, Putin was voted into power just like Adolf Hitler. This is not something that we can fully pull on the shoulders of Putin. Putin is merely part of the problem. He is, of course, the main part of this problem. The main issue with Russia is Putin. That's unequivocal. However, we must remember that he is not the only one. Stop Putin, stop the war!
Stop Putin, stop the war!